Hi everyone, I'm Doug Ettinger. As you know, this is Pride Month in Canada and throughout the world. To help us honor the meaning behind Pride Month, we want to show you a very special video. 3 years ago, in celebration of Canada's 150th anniversary, we issued 10 stamps that highlighted 10 iconic moments in our country's recent history. One of these stamps marked the passage of the 2005 Civil Marriage Act. This groundbreaking act made marriage equality the law across Canada, giving every person in this country the right to marry the person they love. To launch this stamp, we created a video about the fight for marriage equality. I encourage you to pay tribute to Pride Month by watching this very moving video. It's just over 6 minutes long, and it features stories from many of the people who played a role in achieving this wonderful and important milestone. Thank you. And happy Pride.
It's important for people to remember, people think that today that it just happened naturally, but we had to fight for it. We had to fight in every province and territory of Canada.
So when I met Joel, it's super corny. This is so corny. When I met Joel, it was love at first sight. I believed in love at first sight as soon as I met him.
I remember seeing her at the subway. She had on a black leather jacket and her hair was in a ponytail and she did a little wave and I thought she was so cute. Do you remember that?
I also loved her dimples as well.
I came out young. I came out when I was roughly 12. And so I didn't grow up thinking that I would ever get married. That was not something that was I never dreamed about a marriage, right? And so by the time the equal marriage fight came about, and I'm in my, I guess at the time, early 30s or what have you, I can't even remember now, I didn't have a deep-seated need to get married. The campaign for me and this fight was about the last civil right that we were denied.
To have our relationships validated just as any other kind of relationship, it was very important, and it gave us a sense that finally we are equal citizens in this great democracy we call Canada.
Je me souviens d'avoir vu le vote à la Chambre des communes. Je voyais les députés, le premier ministre qui se levaient, qui votaient pour le mariage. J'en avais la chair de poule à ce moment-là. Pour moi, c'était vraiment quelque chose de très, très important.
We decided to share vows with one another at World Pride at Casa Loma in 2014. And there we were, under the hot sun. It was a beautiful afternoon, and surrounded by other couples who were there to do the very same thing, to share their vows individually to one another, communally as a community, and to say that we're here, and we're here to stay.
And as I was working on this campaign, I met my now wife. And so she knew me as the person fighting for equal marriage. And after we'd been together for about 5 years, she was sort of like, so honey, when are we going to get married? And I was like, I don't know. Are we getting married? Why should we get married? Why are we getting married? Because it wasn't ever significant in that personal way to me. But then I realized how significant it was to her, that she had grown up dreaming about her wedding. So it became important to me because it was important to her.
Where we were married, we wanted to do it outside, and to the north of us, you could see the rain clouds in the distance. But right where we got married, the sun shone and the clouds were white and fluffy, and everybody was sitting on blankets in the sun and watching us get married, and it was incredible for me to see my whole family there, even people who had said things in the past before I had come out when I was a teenager or younger. So they'd said things that were very homophobic, and there they were with smiles on their faces and cheering us on when we kissed. It did a lot to undo everything that had happened to me when I was little. All of the day-to-day traumas that young queer people face. It healed a lot of that, just to stand up there and see them all.
My longtime partner, Greg Lawrence, and I had decided that we would not consider or even discuss whether we were going to get married until it was final. We waited until after the deal was sealed, and now I'm married.
Pour moi, le mariage, c'était l'aboutissement. C'est l'aboutissement d'une longue démarche, hein, parce que c'était comme le point d'arrivée. On partait des prisons, on était des criminels, on était des malades mentaux, et là, on arrivait au droit de se marier. Donc, c'était tout un cheminement, c'était l'aboutissement. Pour moi, c'était extraordinaire de pouvoir arriver là.
And I remember learning of this person, Reverend Brent Hawks. And I remember reading of him having bulletproof vests on to make marriages and families that could look like ours, that I hadn't even dreamt of yet, happen. So for me, I would like to say thank you, to everyone who has been part of the struggle, who has been part of the movement, part of the journey. And I don't even know that thank you sums it up.
The day of our wedding, when my husband addressed all of our friends and relatives who had attended in our garden, and he talked about how we had been together for 38 years and had not really had the kind of legal recognition that heterosexual couples had had for time immemorial, and that finally, at that very moment when the first openly gay judge in Canada was about to marry us, that we could say that now we are equal citizens of this country. And then everybody sang, "Oh, Canada."
When we won equal marriage, that was the moment when the country said, "I understand and I accept you."